I forgot to do something, and that was it. Your boy PJ, the Paradox Prophet. What's up, guys? We got a really special SithCast episode, and this is episode 42. Unfortunately, Thor, Matt, and Taylor couldn't join us tonight, but we got a special guest in the house. We got Will Foxification. I can't talk tonight. Seriously. Will Foxification. Will, thank you for coming back. You're like our honorary guest that comes back quite often, and I really appreciate it. What's going on, dude? How's everything?
Dude, everything is going well. I really appreciate you having me as always. Always a good time. That's why anytime I get that Facebook message from you saying, "Will, come on the show," I'm gonna be there. Like, I'm gonna be there. Short, like I'll even though I don't have to work tomorrow because I'm officially on break now for Christmas break.
Yeah.
But even if I did, I would still be here and staying up late. And
I know. Thank you for.
Talking about this is always fun. So if I have to suffer the next day of work with lack of sleep, I'll do it because we can talk about Mando and other Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, and seriously though, like, what a great time to be a Star Wars fan right now. There are so many things being announced, being released. Dude, I'm just so happy. I'm smiling from ear to ear. And but the only thing that's not smiling for me is my wallet.
Same.
Dude, this is crazy. There is a lot of things like being released, and they're going to be released within the next month. And we'll talk about it. I mean, one of them being the Mythos line, right? Like Mythos is like ready to like ramp up and be released simultaneously, right? Because we've seen like a lot of prototypes being shown in a lot of not prototypes, should I say, a lot of in-hand pictures from collectors overseas that received the Mythos statues. So it's crazy, man. It's just like literally around the corner,
and they look good.
They look great, dude. And what I'm scared of is all of them releasing at the same time. On top of that, my Rancor being released at the same time, my Sideshow Rancor, because I'm still expecting that statue to come in. I'm done paying off the Gamoran Guard, which I'm super happy about. I still have the Real Robot Rancor to finish paying off. I have a couple more payments and I'm done with that. So yeah, as much as I love being a Star Wars fan, as much as I love all these releases, it seriously is like eating up my wallet. Dude, inside out.
It's putting a hurting on my wallet. Let's say that, because it's just, dude, there's too much fire coming out right now. Star Wars is dropping way too much heat. Like, it's just too much. But also, it's also kind of great because they're dropping so many things and you have so many good options. So like, but at the same time, your wallet is crying out in pain right now. So like, it's just kind of it's a give and take. It's a give and take. But I'm happy about it. I'm happy about it overall because Star Wars is in a great place right now with all these shows coming out. Mando season 2 kicked off ended super strong. People are really into Star Wars. People who would never be into Star Wars. It's just really great.
Yeah. Actually, Ryan Tam, shout out to Ryan. Thanks for tuning in. He goes, Maul still doesn't have final photographs, or do they? Well, I'm gonna pull it up in just a second, but there is some in-hand pictures of Maul. So it's usually the case, right? If someone overseas gets these these pieces in hand, they're coming, because usually they're the first one. The factories are overseas, right? So usually these collectors get them first, and then then they start to ship them out to us. So yeah, that's a really good indicator that Maul should be coming pretty damn soon. I'm just scared that they're in the same boat.
Yeah, they're dropping,
dude. But anyway, we'll start off with you, Will. Any recent pickups in terms of Star Wars?
Yeah, definitely. So like, I was thinking about this actually before the show. I'm trying to think of, there are at least a few things that I picked up recently since the last time I talked to you. So I think I showed you one picture. I got a Giancarlo Esposito Moff Gideon autograph. So
yeah, I saw that.
11 by 14. I'm dipping my toes into the autograph game. So
You
like,
really are. Okay, I should hook you up with my boy Toy Bills, because I think I saw him on
okay,
Instagram selling some autographs, and he was selling them for a really, really good price.
okay,
Some of them like Hayden Christensen,
really, okay,
Natalie
yeah.
Portman, I believe. So
I've
yeah.
got mine from the Star Wars Authentics, like the Star Wars
Okay.
autograph universe or whatever it was. So I got it from them. Dude, Moff Gideon was $99. Like I was like, yeah, I mean that may seem like a lot, but the other autographs I've seen, the prices like they've been double or triple that. So
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's what I got. Yep, and it's 11 by 14. I'm sticking to the 11 by 14 game because I got that book that we talked about from Michael's, the what's it called, like Ayatollah
Yeah, the portfolio ones.
yeah, it's called like I forget, but it's really nice. It like has like this coding for the pages and something like that. So
I mean, I've been recommending that book to everyone that like either collects like art prints or
yeah,
autographs. It's a great thing, especially if you buy like a lot of art prints and you don't have room for them or don't have the wall space.
yeah,
You could put them in that portfolio and then swap them out if you
yep.
wanted to. Like, and you could always have like a fresh new art print whenever you want.
There's a lot of pages in there, man. Like
There's a lot, yeah.
I think there's like maybe 20 pages. Like I fit a lot. That's a lot of autographs. So I mean, like,
Yeah, I mean, if you think
yeah.
about it, you could do it like back to back. So
Yeah, that's what I would do. Yep.
I mean, so technically you have 40,
yeah,
40
right,
spaces, 40
right.
slots. So
Yeah, and when I saw this, actually, like I wasn't planning on getting into the autograph game. I did have the book because I thought maybe one day, but like this popped up and I saw it was $99, and like I said, that is a way better price than what I've seen for a lot of the other ones. Like the ones they do for like either send-ins or you pre-order. Like Hayden Christensen, I think was like 225 or 250, and
yeah.
then like Natalie Portman, she's doing one. It's like $600. It's like it's pricey, so that one I probably won't be doing. But they did. I know they did a Cara Dune, and that one was like maybe 150 or something. They did a Pedro, it was like 250. I almost did it, but yeah, these autographs are great. So that's one of the pickups. I got that. It's my first autograph official, but I wanted to get it from an official place, and I saw this was 11 by 14 for a really good price. And I love Giancarlo from Breaking Bad also. So like, and the boys really, but like, yeah, and he's just great in everything he does. So he'd be a perfect Magneto, by the way. But that's a side note. But yeah, I'm happy I got this. I also picked up some Hot Toys.
Okay, what you got?
So they're on their way, but Qui-Gon is coming.
Oh, nice.
Qui-Gon's coming. I also picked up the 40th Darth Vader.
Oh, you did? Okay, cool.
Because the only Vader I have right now, Hot Toys, is the Rogue One. So
dude, that's the best Vader.
It is the best Vader. But this Empire is actually my second favorite Star Wars movie, and I just love the look of that Vader. So polished, he's shiny, like it's a real, and the base, man, the base, like
yeah, it's all about the base.
It's all about the base, literally.
Yeah,
but I figure it kind of is a little bit because it's a really nice base.
Yeah, and I had the first release of that figure. My only gripe was the helmet.
It slides off, doesn't it, with the magnet?
Yeah, it doesn't have a magnet, and I'm hoping that they fix that. They should, right? I haven't seen anybody's reviews on it, so
okay.
I mean, I was gonna get it, but then I'm like, why am I going to get this thing when I already reviewed it?
It's just the packaging. That's the only thing.
I mean, packaging. I'll just show you a picture. I'm like, hey guys, this is the packaging.
I'll show you the packaging myself.
Yeah, I'll show you the packaging myself, and then I was just like, if anything, just I don't know. Maybe I would cheat. I would show you like a picture of the packaging, and then I would like cut my old video and put it in there.
Right. Exactly.
But I'm not doing that. But I mean, to be honest, like it's a great figure. I love it. The only two gripes I have is that I wish that Hot Toys would figure out a way to have these light up features light up better. I wish they would get away from those really small like watch batteries, and I kind of wish that they would, use some sort of like, I don't know, battery pack that kind of powers everything all at once. Maybe some AA or AAA batteries that you could put in the back of the figure or inside the figure.
Right.
And just do it that way. I just really hate putting those little tiny watch batteries in. It just, dude, it pops off and it's just it's a pain. And dude, like I remember like doing my Mark 50 Iron Man review.
Oh my god, I put the batteries in that one.
Dude, I put the batteries in that one, and let me tell you, that was the most painful experience in my life. And I was like, the whole time, I'm like, I'm doing this for my viewers. I'm doing this for my subscribers. You know, I'm like,
1 hour later,
1 hour, literally 1 hour later, I
Right.
finally put the light up features. I mean, the batteries in, and dude, it doesn't even last long. Like seriously, I had to like rush to
Right.
do like some of my like shots because the battery started fading. So
Okay.
yeah.
And also, yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah, it also, the batteries leak, I hear. So, like, I don't want to leave them in there. So,
Yeah, and actually, it did one. I mean, I thought it was like a myth, but it did leak for one of my figures because I
see?
opened it up and there was like little like dust.
Yeah.
It's like one of those battery dust. I don't know,
Right.
and it was like all over the place. I'm like, all right, so that's a good example not to leave your batteries in your Hot Toys.
Mhm.
Lucky Jara says, funny you guys say Rogue Vader is best. My friend is selling his as he said it's terrible articulation. It's okay. It's
It's
not the
good.
it's good. It's not the best articulation, but I mean, come on. Like if you look at Vader and you look at him walk around, he's like
Yeah.
pretty stiff.
He's
And
not
it's
super articulated.
yeah, he's not super articulated in real life too.
Right.
So yeah, it's not the best, but it's not the worst.
But
You
I think
know?
every pose you would want to get him in, you can. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
feel like from what I've seen, but mostly for Vader, for me, if it's Rogue One Vader, he's in the museum pose. It's him standing in the hallway. So it's
Yeah.
like with the lightsaber hanging down, like it's perfect. Like
Absolutely.
you could also I had it with the fist up for a while, you know,
Yeah, with a fist up,
yeah,
with
that
his
does that fun.
lightsaber lightsaber down to the
I
side.
do agree. Yeah, getting the gloves on is not fun. Like getting those gloves on with the pegs in is not fun for Vader. So like Maul isn't fun either.
I
So
just kind of wish that Hot Toys found a better way to put like
yeah.
a lot of these swap out hands or like arms or whatever, or light up features on the sabers. Like I wish they did a better job because it's so annoying. It
Yeah.
takes you away from enjoying your figure. I
It
kind of
does.
wish they would do like they'll follow like the statue, you know, thing with the magnets, you know.
Yeah.
Hopefully one day like you could just like they'll just have, you know, tiny magnets and you could just swap out the arms pretty easily, you know.
Right.
Especially dude, like sometimes like those the pegs for the hands, sometimes mine snaps off once in a while.
Mhm.
They're pretty annoying, so I
Yeah.
don't know. So all right, so what else did you get?
So call me crazy, PJ. Well, actually, who am I talking to? You're not gonna think I'm crazy for doing this. Because
I'm always crazy.
you're the ultimate Mando fan. So
Yeah.
like this is a Mando related thing. I actually bought, I don't know if I told you, I bought a second Durasteel pre-Beskar Hot Toys Mando. So
What?
I bought two. Okay, hear me out. So I got one in my main display with the Star Wars stuff, right? Then I have a second closet actually here to my right, and I put him up there as well in a different pose because, man, like I had a coupon, I had some rewards. I was like out, and I kind of had an itch for a Star Wars item, and I was like, what figure do I want that they have kind of now, right? Do they have like right now? And at the time, this was a couple weeks ago, like they had Mando pre-Beskar, and I was like, you know what, man, this is one of my favorite figures I've ever gotten. So like fat suit or not, I think he looks great. So
Oh
like
yeah,
I'm not
absolutely.
super worried about the articulation. Like some poses I can't get him in, that's fine. But like I love that figure so much. I had to get a second one. There's certain figures. I have two Kylo Rens from The Force Awakens because I love that one.
Mhm.
And I have two Mandos in pre-Beskar because to me, man, it's just like I had to get a second one. So like I had to get a second one. And it was too good of a deal. I got him for like after the rewards and the coupons I had, like I think I paid like $100, $113 or
Oh,
something.
dude.
So I mean, like, yeah, so
Best
it's just like
$113 you ever spent, you know?
right. Like that figure is gonna like double in value. I mean, like I'm not trying to sell it, but it's like just it's good to know your investment is worthwhile sometimes.
Yeah.
But I bought a second one, and you know, of course, I'm working on the pre-Beskar Mando cosplay.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
you and I, we'll get
you
there.
yeah, you and I are doing it, but I kind of had to put a pause in it. I think I mentioned that to you on the chat.
Right. Yeah.
Just because I just need to get through January and February.
Right.
I feel like January, February is like oh man, it's gonna really hurt my wallet because all
Right.
the Mythos statues are gonna come out at the same time. Well, most of them. I don't think Mythos Obi-Wan is coming out anytime soon. Um, and the Rancor, both Rancors.
Your wallet.
If I could get through that, I think I
You
could
can get
survive.
through anything.
I could survive anything.
Yeah.
And it's usually the case. It's usually around January, right? Because and the
Yeah.
reason why I say it's around January is because it's a lot of the collectibles that we get are from factory overseas, right?
Yeah.
And it's the Chinese New Year around February, like end of January, beginning of February. So guess what they're trying to do? They're trying to get everything out so that they could close up the factory for a couple weeks or more. And yeah, and I think that's what usually ends up happening. Like my Hulk versus Wolverine back here, I remember that statue was supposed to be released around June, and it got pushed up so early. It was around January. I remember putting a deposit for it, right? It was like maybe October. I put a deposit for it. And next thing you know, I get an email in December, like, oh yeah, he's coming. I'm like, what the
Right.
what? Like I just
Sometimes when things get delayed, it's nice. Sometimes when things come early, it's nice. Sometimes it's the opposite because you're like, oh man, I'm not ready for this. I want it, but I'm not ready for it.
Yeah, and she's the case like with anything early for me, it's usually hurts my wallet just because it's like they all come out at the same time.
Right.
And yeah.
Well,
But
you can just imagine the Prime 1 Joaquin Joker just is coming out early, like I told you, and it just hit my bank
dude,
account.
I still can't
Yeah.
I still can't understand like how that thing is coming out early. Didn't they just announce a pre-order for that thing?
Like May. Like I paid in like May, which was the first day it was up. So like yeah, and it's coming out now. It's like shipping like today or tomorrow.
Oh my
So
gosh.
like, it's crazy. Yeah. So and it looks really good from what I've heard. So and I have standard shipping, so it's gonna be here pretty quickly. So directly from Prime 1. But anyway, yeah, like my last pickup, the Mando, I got all my Mando armor, so it's on order at least. So my cosplay should be done sometime around late January. So if you guys do want to see any Mandalorian cosplay, I think it's gonna look legit. It's gonna be 501st, like my other costumes. So
dude, I can't wait. I can't wait to see yours. I can't wait to put mine together. And once I get all these things together, I'm still waiting for my Mando helmet from one of the custom helmet makers.
Oh yeah, yep.
Jason Props. I think he's got a lot of helmets that he has to go through. I already paid that off, so I'm waiting for that to come in and some of like other things. But slowly but surely, I'm in no rush. I really want to do this right and make it like a 501st approved and be part of the 501st because this is one of my things that I have on my bucket list that I want to scratch off. So hopefully I'm able to do that.
You'll do it.
So let's for me, we'll talk about some of the stuff I picked up, but I just do want to talk about some of the other things that got announced on Mando Monday. So Mando Monday was upon us, and I was really expecting a lot of things to be announced, but unfortunately, I mean, there was quite a few, but not a lot. This one got announced, and I'm really excited for. Well, not that one. Well, I'm excited for that one too.
That's a good one too.
That's a good one. Oh, that's not it. Okay. Anyway, okay. We'll start off with this. We're getting
technology.
Yeah, technology. Damn it. So we got the dark saber. Hasbro is really killing it with these force effects lightsabers. Although I had some gripes with the previous releases, like the Palpatine. It's inaccurate. It's very heavy and it's wide and it's it's big. So it's not movie accurate, you could say. The one before that was a Darth Revan saber, which I like, but unfortunately the material on that Revan is not that great. It's made out of like some sort of like aluminum like material as opposed to the Palpatine. The Palpatine is made out of like real metal, but unfortunately it's not movie accurate. But anyways, besides those gripes of mine, they're still nice looking sabers. And they just recently announced the black saber, the dark saber. So, what's your thoughts on this one, Will?
I like this. This is a really cool one to me. Did they announce a price?
250.
Man, that makes it tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like it is really nice, but like in the how we both can be sometimes in the custom realm, there are a lot of really good options. And as far as Darksaber goes, from what I've seen, I'm not sure anyone's perfected it yet. I've seen like some good ones. I've seen some
Mhm.
solid ones. This one's real. I mean, it is really nice. I mean, 250. See, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know how many people you're gonna sell this to for 250. You know what I mean? Like, I think
Yeah.
you're gonna get a lot of diehard fans, but you're not gonna get any casual fans unless this thing goes on sale for like half off. And even
Yeah.
then, like, but I guess it's what it's targeted towards. I mean, it's targeted towards a more hardcore collector. Because like normal everyday people who just kind of like Star Wars aren't going to pay $250 for something like this.
Yeah.
But for me, what I get it, maybe like my experience with these like Black Series things is they tend to be really good like bases, like foundations. Like I feel like
Mhm.
a lot of times they're good if you modify them. For a Darksaber, it's hard to say how that will be, but you've seen like the Black Series hilts are usually pretty solid. Sometimes they're pretty fat, like you said. Like they're usually like the Kylo is just too big. Um,
Okay.
because they've tried to fit too many internals into these things and like it's too big. So like and like there's other hilts like the Disney Parks Kylo, for example, is really good. And that one I have a hilt of that was modified and you can make it great. So like with these things, I feel like you could modify and customize this, maybe send it to someone to weather it and like touch it up a little bit and just make it better. Maybe install some LEDs that would just make the thing a little bit better. But
Mhm.
overall, I mean, I think this is a solid piece. Like I don't think I would pay 250 for this, but maybe if I see some videos and I'm impressed, I might change my mind.
Yeah, I mean, after I got the Palpatine one, and
Yeah.
I kind of saw like some of the inaccurate things about it, I kind of like changed my mind on these like force effects
Yeah.
lightsabers. To be honest, I'd rather get the Disney Park ones because I think the Disney Parks ones are a little bit more accurate, right?
I like them better. The Kylo Disney Parks, I think, is much better. Like once it's been modified by, if you guys ever need a Kylo install, Pit Force 5, he did mine. Like he painted it and weathered it and installed it. It's incredible. Like it looks great. So
Yeah.
like stuff like that you can do, with the Disney parks and Black Series you can too. Like my Vader Saber is actually a Black Series and it's really nice. But like
Okay. Wow.
but it's modified. So like it's modified. So like it's made really nice. But like I said, it's a good foundation. So like
Mm.
something to start with. Because a lot of times they are accurate. Sometimes this might be a little too big.
Yeah, I think I think the target audience for these are like I would say like not your too hardcore fans because I think the hardcore collectors would venture out to getting the Disney Park ones or maybe having it customized.
Yeah.
Um, but I think this is targeted for maybe like your casual fans that don't really know much about about like the collecting game. Like they'll
Mhm.
see this in like GameStop and they'll like pick it up. Like, oh my gosh, this is like 250. This is a dark saber. I'm
Yeah.
picking this up. So
Like a mid-level, like in terms of
yeah,
like interest in collecting. Yeah.
yes, exactly.
Right.
So I don't know. For me, I mean, if GameStop has this and they're selling it for a decent price, like hopefully it's on sale for like 180 or 170, I'll pick it up. Maybe I'll trade in a game.
Yeah, look,
I'll trade in my PS5 game and then they'll give me like $10 for it.
if this yeah, true. If they're even still in business. But if this
Yeah.
thing if this thing dropped to like 150, I'd say it's a buy. I'd say it's a do it. But
Yeah.
if you can get it on sale for, after the holidays or
Mm.
when is it coming out, did it say?
I think it might be I think next year around June or July. I'm not
Oh,
too
okay.
sure. August,
So
some
maybe next Black Friday, for example. Like maybe
yeah.
next Black Friday when hopefully things are back to normal, you can go to a GameStop and pick up one for like 150.
Yeah, that's how much I think these sabers are worth, in my
Right.
opinion.
Right.
All right, so let's talk about the actual thing that I've been wanting to talk about initially, is the Boba Fett
This.
helmet. This is the clean look,
Mhm,
the clean
mhm.
version. So, what's your thoughts on this one, man?
I like it. Is this around like the $100 mark? Like the other
Yeah,
one?
it's like probably going to be like 100, 120.
Okay, because I remember the previous Boba Fett helmet. I believe I'm not sure. Was it Empire? Was it from Empire?
Yeah, it was from I believe from Empire. I had
Okay,
that one, and that
okay,
was like 120.
okay.
Well,
Because
I got it on sale for like 100. So
I've seen that one in person and it looks really good. Like it's
yeah,
like And I will say the Black Series helmets, even more so than the Sabers, are even better foundations more often than not. Like
Oh,
I think
absolutely. I totally
like
agree with you
the
on that.
Kylo Black Series helmet is good. Like it
Mhm.
can be modded to look like really, really good. So like, and Boba can be the same actually, but Boba kind of looks really good out of the box already. And this one, I do like this one. I don't know if this would be a pickup for me. I like the weathered look a little bit better myself, but like this one's
Mhm.
very clean and I do like it. This is another one. If I found this on sale, maybe $60, $70, like $80 even, I'd probably buy this. But like for 120, I don't know, man. Like I'd probably pick up the weathered version for that price before I picked up this.
Yeah, so I mean, these are great buys, right? And the reason why I
For the
say
value.
that, I mean, for the value, you could play around with them, you could display them, um, like casual collectors can look at them and not really be bothered by like some of the inaccuracy on them. Like for me, like look at this stock right here, the range finder
Mm.
stock. It is actually short, if you look at the real like Boba Fett helmet, it's longer. The stock is
Oh, okay.
longer.
Okay.
So again, this is the same helmet as the Empire Strikes Back version. It's just that it's just repainted.
Right.
Besides that, I think it's a great looking helmet. It'll look great in your collection if you are collecting a lot of these Black Series helmets. It's a great price point, like $100. But again, like what Will said, if you get it for like 60, $70, it's a steal. And
Right.
sometimes that you could see them on sale on Amazon for that price. So definitely, if you're patient enough, they will go on sale.
They will.
But for me, I will try and wait to see if maybe a Novos makes a helmet like this.
Right.
And then
Same.
I'll pick it up. Dude, I just love the clean look of Boba
Okay.
in the Mando. I mean, you like the more weathered version, right?
I do, yeah. I do feel like I like the Empire looks. I feel like that was the perfect middle ground.
Mhm.
Like his weathered version in Mando is pretty weathered. I mean, that's about as weathered as it could be, and I
Yeah.
like that. But I like the Empire. It's like right in the middle. I feel like that's and Return of the Jedi. I think was pretty much like that too.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I like that look better. Like, but if I had to choose between Mando looks, I
Mhm.
like the weathered Boba better than clean Boba.
Yeah. Um, all right, so there is more stuff that got announced. Let me just pull up some more images. Sorry, guys.
More stuff. Always more Star Wars stuff.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy. So, like we were talking about earlier, the Mythos line is ready to be released, and here is a picture of a collector overseas that has all three of them. Damn, that looks good.
Well, their wallet is in pain right now. That's all I can say.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it probably is in pain.
Crying out.
My wallet's in pain looking at this picture.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh. Like,
My wallet's potentially in pain looking at this picture because it's swaying me a
yeah,
little bit.
yeah. So you got Asajj Ventress, you got the Emperor here, and Maul. I mean, obviously the two strongest Mythos statues are Maul and Ventress. And a lot of people really don't like the Emperor. I like the Emperor.
I
I
like him.
mean, what's your thoughts on the Emperor? It's himself.
Yeah, I remember him being put up for pre-order and like I thought he looked pretty cool. I mean, like I'm not a super big Sidious Palpatine guy. Like I like him, but he's not one I feel like
Mhm.
I would go crazy for. This though, this Maul, because I love Darth Maul, this looks incredible. So like, because I have, and you do too, I think, the premium format Darth Maul, where he's
Yeah,
just like
I have.
he's walking with the saber behind his back, and just walking forward. Dude, I love that. When I got that one for like really good price, like $400 or something. Like,
$400, dude.
yeah.
That's a steal.
Yeah, I got him from another collector who sold him, and like he was in perfect condition. He had like one little like scratch on his fabric, but it's covered up by other parts of the fabric. You can't even see it. So
Yeah, I
like,
was gonna say you probably wouldn't be able to see it.
yeah, no, and like dude, he's in perfect condition. Saber works great, everything works great. Yeah, it was like $400, but like he's incredible. I love that premium format, and I love my Kylo Ren premium format, and I actually have the Boba premium format, which has gone up like crazy in value now. But
Oh yeah.
this Maul, because I got that thing, man, for like $250, like
Mhm.
back from another collector when it was like dirt cheap, and now he's like $750. But this Maul, man, that if I'm running out of space a little bit, and I have too many Darth Maul things, but if I wasn't, that Maul he's the best. I think he's the best one. He's the one that appeals to me the most.
Yeah. I love the portrait,
Mhm.
on both of them, especially this one. This one's probably my favorite one out of the
I like
two.
that.
But damn, dude, this is like it's turning out to be a really, really nice line.
Mm.
I'm just hoping that Sideshow does fix like the the Obi-Wan Kenobi Mythos statue, just because I think that one there's a lot of inaccuracies with that one too. So yeah, like the wind like blowing the
Right.
hair, or not even the hair. The hair is like facing one way, and like the wind's blowing the robe the other way. So it
Right.
really, physics wise, it doesn't make any sense. I like it, and yeah, but then again, I love all Star Wars things.
Yeah.
Um, but with that Obi-Wan Kenobi, it's not really mythos. Like you can't really say that's a mythos statue, because what's so mythos about it? I
Right.
mean, he's wore the same outfit in the Clone Wars, so it's nothing.
Yeah.
You know, at least with Asajj Ventress, with Maul, they have like a mythos style look to them. Um, Even the Emperor, but I don't know.
Something a little bit different, at least, about him.
Yeah. So here's Asajj, and we'll dive into the final production pictures of Asajj. But damn, she looks good.
So,
Obviously, again, someone has him overseas,
yeah.
and you can see it's packaged pretty well here. And here's
It looks like it's all sculpted. Or are you definitely on board for that? Or would you like mixed media for this?
I want all sculpted.
Okay.
If they could pull it off. I mean, I don't mind mixed media. I know some people don't like the mixed media, especially on the Emperor.
Mm-hmm.
But I can see why you have to understand why they go with the mixed media, right? It's not like something they go, "Hey guys, we're gonna do mixed media today." I think it's just that like they have to look at the overall as the design of it, and it's like they have to see how they can pull it off into statue form, right? Like they're trying to prevent any QC issues. So like with the Emperor, right? Like you can see all like this robe right here. Can you imagine that was sculpted, and how easily those things would break? I bet you like his like little thing here from the robe, that's probably sculpted, but I bet you that's PVC right there.
Yeah, maybe so.
Maul, I'm kind of curious about it. It's obviously they went with a more sculpted one with that, but it's going to be hard to achieve that with a mixed media, right? That look. I think you would be there forever trying to accomplish this look. So yeah, I mean, you have to look at the statue as a whole and see why they went with mixed media as opposed to sculpted, and vice versa. And with Asajj, you could see why they went with the sculpted look, and it looks great. They all look great, in my opinion. They all look great.
They do all look great. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, they do all look great, and they're super tempting. So, Asajj, I need to maybe do a little bit more watching of various shows to get more in touch with her, I think.
Yeah.
But with Maul, because like in Clone Wars and stuff, like I'm still working my way through that. So like I think she's in Clone Wars primarily, right?
Yeah, she is Clone Wars primarily. I mean, see, she was in the first animated show.
Okay.
And she was in this one too.
Yeah.
The second one. But let me share the final photos of Asajj.
I mean,
dude,
it looks really good. You have this on pre-order already?
Yep.
Okay, no doubt.
All three of them. I'm still waiting on. I'm still waiting on Obi. But damn, oh my goodness, dude! Like I can't wait for this statue to show up. It's a beautiful statue.
That base is really cool.
Yeah, and if you watch or when you watch the Clone Wars episodes when she's in it, you understand why they use this base.
Okay.
It's from the Night Sisters planet Dathomir.
Oh, okay.
And you could see I don't want to spoil anything for you, but you'll understand why they use the base, and there's a backstory to why she went to Dathomir to the Night Sisters.
I remember that planet showed up in What was the
Jedi
game?
Fallen
Fallen
Order.
Order, Fallen Order. Yeah, I can't believe I forgot that. Yeah, it was a really good game. I played through it all. Cal Kestis was great, but I remember Dathomir showed up in that game, and you went there like a few times.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
But dude, I mean,
it looks great.
The design for this thing is sick.
Did the sabers light up?
Unfortunately, no. But obviously, if you really want them to light up, you could always reach out. Chris de Guzman, we call him the Saber Doctor, just because he could, light up these things.
Yep.
So, but damn, dude, like look at those eyes. Look at the portrait. It's probably the best Asajj Ventress portraits ever made, and I'm not sure if anyone could top this.
Yeah. It's got to be, man. Sideshow does some killer work from time to time. I mean, like,
yeah. And these are sculpted by the Kucharik brothers.
Okay.
And they're just legends in the game.
Gotcha.
In my opinion, they sculpted the Hulkbuster. I'm not sure if you knew that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, the Hulkbuster, a whole bunch of other statues. And I really hope that they come out with more Mythos Star Wars statues in the future, because I will just buy them instantly.
Well, so so much of these statues is the pose. I think they nailed the pose, man. Like that's it's an incredible pose.
Oh, it's beautiful, dude. This is going to be it's 4,000 pieces made, or I think 4,000 or 5,000.
Okay.
I bet you all of them are going to sell out. So
it's 1/5 scale, right?
It's 1/5, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Let's see what else got released for Mando Monday. So, Gentle Giant, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated statue companies out there. They do amazing work, and they give you the characters that you want to be made into statue form, right?
Yeah.
So they just announced this statue to be made. This is the Mandalorian and the Child Milestone statue, and it looks great, man. You can see that he's like kind of levitating. It's $350. It's a little pricey, but I'm telling you, this is a nice looking statue. I like the dynamic pose of it. What's your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, but it looks like it says 1/2 scale.
Yeah, it's a half scale.
So it's pretty big then. So
yep.
I mean, so 350 for that scale is not that bad. I mean, I think this looks really good. I do feel like the details are lacking a little bit. It does look a little, I don't know, like it looks a little cheap to me. But like just Grogu looks, he could use refinement, let's say that. And then like the painting on the Beskar armor, it looks very, I don't know, it looks very kind of flat. It doesn't jump out to me. It looks like something like almost like a cheap thing you'd get at like Walmart or something. Like I feel like that's kind of what it looks like. I love Gentle Giant because I have the Revan statue they made, and it's great.
What do you think of that Revan statue?
Dude, it's gone up like crazy in value now. And you know how much I love Revan, but like
really?
Yeah, man. I have a Revan cosplay with 501st because I love him that much. Like he's great. And that statue, like they messed up a few things though. Like they painted some gold areas that should be black, and like his mask should be silver, and they painted it gold, and like things like that, like that the prototype didn't have, but for whatever reason the final product did. But so they just made inaccuracies in it. But overall, it's a really nice looking piece. And I really like it. At the time, I think it was like 100. It was like $200 or $150 something. But like this Mando overall, like I like it. 350 is a little bit steep, but for half scale, that's pretty fair. I think honestly, you could find someone to repaint this to make it look like really, really good. So like,
yeah.
But I do feel like if you're looking at it just stock, I don't know. It's good. That's a space eater for an item to me that doesn't quite have the detail I would want for an item that big. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of Mando statues out there, so at this point, you definitely have to be picky in what you want to pick up.
Like Iron Studios, both you and I are going for that. Like I'd much rather have that, and I'd pay double this price for that one. So like, and it's 1/4 scale. So I mean, that to me has the detail.
Yeah, I can't wait for I just can't wait for Iron Studios to just throw us a whole bunch of like collectibles.
Right.
And I really hope that they make an Ahsoka one from the show,
Mhm.
because they teased like they were in their stream. They were like, okay, guys, so here's a video of things to come for Iron Studios, and then in the video they had Ahsoka. So I really hope that's an indicator that they're gonna make a Ahsoka statue in the future, because if they do, dude,
It's
count
game over.
it's game over for me. All right, so one more thing I do want to talk about before we move on to some topics here.
Mhm.
Here is a half scale bust Ahsoka. So this was actually first posted in their website, but then they took it down. So someone that was able to kind of like snag a picture of the bust, and dude, it looks great.
It does look good, man. Is this Gentle Giant?
Gentle Giant, yeah.
Okay, they did good, man. I'm happy with it.
That looks really good. I mean, it's a Haskell bust, like the rest of their Haskell bust line.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, I think it looks great. I think, obviously it's not Rosario Dawson, but I mean, it's a
Right.
nice like little sculpt of
It could be a Clone Wars Ahsoka, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think these busts usually retail for about like 120 to like 150, and they make a nice little display, man. Like I have them back here. Um, they're back there, right? I had the Mando one,
Okay.
and yeah, I think they're great, man. They're definitely an underrated piece.
That's a good price for that. I think that's really fair for what that looks good for that price.
Yeah, and if you have like a whole like line of them,
Mhm.
dude, that's sick.
'Cause yeah, you're
they're-
convincing me to almost get the Diamond Select Kylo.
oh yeah, dude, you got.
Isn't that Diamond Select?
They're the same company.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, that's what it is.
Yeah,
But yeah, I gotta get that. Yeah.
Diamond Select owns Gentle Giant, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. But yeah, they're coming out with a Darth Vader one. They have a Maul one that's released already, and the Kylo Ren one, dude, that's really nice.
Is
You
it?
know?
'Cause you know my love for Kylo, man.
Dude,
So
you could seriously get that Kylo Ren bust for like $100 if you wanted to. If you like look on Amazon and you're patient, I've seen it as low as like $90. So
okay, that for that price, I would grab it.
yeah, so definitely I would recommend these, especially this Ahsoka. Dude, they came out with like another Ahsoka bust, and I think it retailed for like maybe 200. Do you know how much that thing is going for now? It's like over 1,000, I think.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. Well, just because there's not a lot of Ahsoka pieces,
Okay.
and
Makes sense.
Diamond Select Toys is the only company that's actually pumping Ahsoka pieces out besides Hot Toys, which they only announced one figure, right?
Mhm.
So, it's their best-selling character, and I'm pretty sure they're just going to keep making them. But yeah, if you're interested in this one, I definitely highly recommend you jump on it before it sells out, because it will sell out. Ahsoka fans are crazy.
They
they're
are.
just they're just as crazy as Luke Skywalker fans. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, I think this is definitely that's piqued my interest, and I'm definitely gonna pick it up.
This honestly might grab me. I mean, like, and I haven't even watched a ton of Clone Wars yet, so
Mhm.
I like Ahsoka already. So I mean, like, it's just and I think that looks really good, to be honest.
Yeah. So now in terms of pieces I actually just picked up the Jabba the Hutt from Sideshow. My boy Heroes and Villains Gallery hooked me up. I did pick up a Hot Toys Luke Skywalker, and you guys are going to hear it first. I'm actually going to be giving away a brand. Well, I'm going to review it first. Not review it. I'll open it up, give my thoughts on it real quick, and then I'm going to give it away. Yeah, once I hit 5,000 subscribers, I'm giving away a Hot Toy Deluxe, and I'm not going to say which one it is. Deluxe Luke Skywalker's figure. So yeah,
Wow.
I picked that up, and I'm going to give it away to the viewers and the subscribers. And what else did I pick up? A whole bunch of like t-shirts from Heroes and Villains Gallery. I love their I love their 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 t-shirts and their clothing. The Art of Mando book. I'm not sure if you picked that up, Will.
I didn't. I thought about it though, and I think I saw maybe you review it or talk about it. So like, it looks really cool. Can it still be acquired, or is it?
Yeah, you could buy from Amazon. I think
Okay.
if you're again, one thing about Amazon, they put these products on sale all the time.
Hmm.
Um, but I've seen it as low as like $20 at one point.
Okay.
Oh, dude, you're in luck. It is on sale for $25.
Oh wow.
Dude,
Okay.
it's a great book, man. It kind of gives you a nice little backstory on how the Mandalorian TV show got created.
Okay. This is
So
Art of Star Wars: The Mandalorian season 1, right?
yeah, so it's $25, and dude, the artwork inside this book is like crazy. It's if you look, if you, I recommend this book to anybody that appreciates the concept art at the end of the episodes, because they got like tons of them that they didn't show
Yeah.
during the episode, and these are just like some of them. I mean, look at this thing, man! Like, I really want like this to be an art print.
That's incredible. And some of these artworks, man, in these books, like I've gotten some books in non-Mandalorian stuff, and before I just like marvel at how good these artists are. Like it's crazy.
Like,
Like
dude, look at this one. Like,
that's
how,
incredible.
how could you not want that as a art, like a art print? You know?
Like that's such a talented artist to be able to create that. Like, and even that stuff, man, like creating that concept art, like it's just incredible. It's so
Yeah.
cool to look at.
Dude, highly recommend. And for $25,
Yeah.
seriously, that's a steal. Because when I bought it or when I pre-ordered it, it was at full price.
Mhm.
So it was like $40. But again, like sometimes if you wait like after the release of it, they'll go on sale. And for $25, dude, it's definitely a win-win.
Yeah. See, you're always a great influence on my wallet, PJ.
I'm sorry, guys. But you know one thing though, um, I try to recommend pieces or things that like first of all, I'll try to recommend anything that's on sale because I'm cheap. I try to save as much money as I could, even though I spend too much money.
Hey, me too.
Um, and again, like I always like whenever I recommend like a hot toy or a statue, I try to recommend that a collectible that can have a lot of value in it,
Mhm.
potentially have a lot of value, right? So if it's like a hot toy, like the pre-Beskar Mando, I highly recommend that figure. But dude, like, say you buy it and you're like, I don't really like that thing. I don't really like this Mando, and I want the Beskar one. Dude, if you hold on to it and you're patient enough, you could probably sell that pre-Beskar Mando once it sells out for like a ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Because they're not gonna make a pre-Beskar Mando ever again. And if they do, it's going to be a long time from now. Like, usually with hot toys, they have to justify their reissues and their re-releases, right? Like
Mhm.
that Shore Trooper, you saw it in the episode, it's going to get reissued, right?
Yep.
So same thing with other Hot Toys figures, but with the pre-Beskar one, when are you going to see another pre-Beskar Mando in like future episodes?
It ain't
Probably,
happening.
probably not. You're not going to see like a flashback. Like, what are
No,
you flashing back to? Like when he's like bounty hunting? Like that's not really interesting.
no.
So, but yeah, excuse me. But yeah, let's move on to some topics here before we dive into our spoiler talk of the Mandalorian season 2, episode 8. And one of the things I do want to talk about, I'm just pulling up the picture right now, is because if you guys stayed at the end of the episode of the season finale, there was a nice little like not Easter egg, but a nice little after credit scene, and that was Boba Fett coming down the stairs of Jabba's palace, right? And he pretty much killed everybody in that scene, including Bib.
Yeah.
Like a really disgusting looking Bib Fortuna, who was basically overweight, and he's got like huge neck, and I still can't believe that Boba Fett shot him in the neck. Like, dude, what a way to die.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but after that scene was done, they teased us with this. The Book of Boba. Now, this is actually being produced by John Favreau and Dave Filoni, and we don't really know much about it. All I know about this show is that it's should be wrapping up production now, right? And then once they wrap up production on this, they're going to go into production for the Mando.
Right.
So I know some people were saying that this is the next season of Mando and it's going to be mostly Boba Fett, but it's not. It's actually a separate show from the Mandalorian season 3. So what's your thoughts on this, Will?
I'm super excited for this. You know, like all of our hardcore Star Wars fandom, like this has definitely been something that I think has been a long time coming because remember for a while they were talking about a Boba Fett movie. They were whispering of a Boba Fett show a while ago. Even before Mando, you know, so like, and this is something that I think for whatever reason, I mean, Star Wars characters, sometimes this can happen. Like Boba Fett didn't always get to do much in the original trilogy, but he looked badass not doing much. So like he became a fan favorite. And like because of that, people just really wanted to know more about this mysterious character. And like Mando gave us a look at that, which we'll get into, but in episode, I think it was episode 6, right? Like he shows up and just kicks ass. That was incredible. So like I'd love to see more of this, you know, like more savage kind of Boba Fett, you know, like this is like a more savage, like a very unrefined, like he's disciplined in certain ways, but like he does seem to have a code. But I love I feel like he's a morally gray character, and I think and that's what he's so interesting about him. Like, and the fact that we really don't know much about him. We're going to learn more about him, but I would love to see this kind of underworld Star Wars show with Boba Fett, where I don't know if he's still going to be doing bounties or what exactly, but like I'm really excited for what the future holds for this and for Star Wars in general. But yeah, this is just, there's going to be so many hot toys. There's going to be so many hot toys and everything else from these shows. And there's going to be, honestly, I think it's obvious they're building up for like a crossover, like Marvel type event, where maybe it's Thrawn or something, or, you know, as the big baddie sort of Thanos style. But yeah, I'm super excited for this. I think this is going to be great.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm seriously curious to see how this show plays out. Are we gonna get like flashbacks of Boba as a younger Boba, like kind of kicking butt, you know, and doing some bounty hunting? Maybe we see him like, you know, like progressing through the ranks of as a bounty hunter, and maybe getting more bounties, getting more notorious, getting a reputation. You know, we get to see him like modify his armor, his slave one, because all his armor and his slave one is all modified, right? You know, right? Like with the the greatest weaponry, the greatest like armor and all that good stuff. So are we gonna get to see that, or are we gonna see him now, like, you know, like around the Mandalorian timeline, right? Like, you know, kind of like being the ruler of the underworld, right? As you know, because he killed Bib Fortuna, who was basically, you know, ruling, you know, in Jabba's palace. So I don't know. Like, what do you think? Like, is it going to be like a back and forth thing? Is it going to be mostly Boba in the past or Boba now?
I think it's going to be mostly Boba now, but because I think honestly, but I think we will see some flashbacks, which would be nice.
Yeah.
But you've seen like with Mando, we haven't seen that many flashbacks. So we've seen some, like mostly when he the foundling type thing, and then some things here and there. But really, for the most part, it's like very much present time show. And I feel like Boba is going to be too, because I think they're building, like I said, an MCU for Star Wars. I think they're building like a universe, and they're going to, you know, connect these shows. And I think Boba's mostly going to take place, you know, in the same time period as Mando is happening. So like things are going to be happening simultaneously. Sometimes there'll be crossover, like they might run into each other. But yeah, I think we're going to see, I would love to see some past things. Like I would love to see, you know, some old bounty hunting type things, even with like Bosk and like some other bounty hunters. That would be so cool, man. Like I'd like to see some of the old stuff maybe they were doing even during the time of the Empire. Like stuff like that. That would be really cool. But I think mostly what we're going to see is probably like future progression stuff.
Okay.
Just a hunch.
Yeah. Because you know what's throwing me off is the Book of Boba.
The title is kind of weird. Yeah.
Yeah. The Book of Boba is it like, okay, a recipe book? Is it
right.
Is it like a book of how to be a bounty hunter? Like, because I already bought that book. Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, true. On Amazon.
Yeah, the Amazon. Yeah, what the hell is this book about? Like, what is this? Is it? I don't know. So that's why I have a feeling it's like a little bit of both. Like, it's like, okay, maybe Boba's sitting down on this new throne and he's telling stories in the campfire. Telling the stories to some foundlings about like how he became Boba. I don't know.
Right.
But we shall see. All right, so let's move on to the next topic. The next one I do want to talk about before we jump into our Mando breakdown is, speaking of like the MCU universe kind of type of shows, and we got Luke Skywalker that just got recently announced, right? So this is also taking place around the same timeline as the Mandalorian. What do you think? What's your thoughts in this one?
I'm for this. I'm definitely for this. We're going to talk in some detail about this, but honestly, like the only thing, I'm just going to spoil it a little bit. The only thing I didn't like about episode 8 was the CGI of Luke Skywalker. Like I loved everything else about it, just not that. And like I feel like casting an actor to play Luke, Sebastian Stan preferably, because I think he perfectly fits the role, but I'm totally for this. I think this would be great. I'd love to see what Luke was doing, maybe working on building that Jedi Order he was hoping to build before Kylo destroyed it. So stuff like that, I think would be really cool. And there's so many things in that timeline before Kylo even comes in around, that Luke could be doing that we could understand and just learn more about. I think this would be great. I think people would really like this. There's only one concern I have with this type of show. Like, I'm hoping, because one thing that's really great about Mando is it gave us a totally new character. Like, it gave us a totally new character that we don't know, that we're learning about as we go. Like, it's introducing new ones along the way, and then also some old ones. But like, I'm a little afraid. I'm hoping they're not going to do too many, like a Boba Fett show, and then like a Luke show, and all these characters we already know. Like, I want those for sure. But also, as long as they're introducing new characters along the way. But I would love to see some new shows too that focus on new characters like Mando. So I like kind of a combination of both. But for Luke's show, I'm in. I'm in.
Yeah. So for this, like, I'm really excited, especially after the end of season 2. I was just blown away. Really, I was just taken back in how great Luke Skywalker looked in those fight scenes, right? And I wanted more. I really wanted more. I really wanted him to see him kick butt more, and like I don't know. I just wanted to dive in, like you said, dive into the story of Luke Skywalker during this era, right? Of him building the Jedi Order, maybe him training Kylo Ren. What are the other things he had, like, things he had to face during this time? Like, was there any other bad guys? Was there like remnants of the Empire still left around that he had to take care of? So yeah, really interested in this show. I really hope that it is true. I think it's true. I mean, it seems like it could happen. Again, I totally agree with you. The only thing that I disliked about the episode was the CGI. Obviously, there was a lot of like deepfake videos out there now that did a better job of de-aging Luke, you could say. So I really hope that they get to a chance to cast Sebastian Stan or someone that looks like Luke. I can't say that, like, that looks like Luke. So I don't know, and because it's going to be hard, and it's going to be a lot of money to hire an actor that doesn't look like him, and they're just kind of like slapping on like a deep fake technology on his face. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's going to be a lot of money, and it's just going to look fake, and people are going to be disconnected from the show because they're being thrown off by this, like, CGI of his face. Right. Because, one thing with me is like everything was great up to that point, and then I felt disconnected because his face was like kind of like it was like kind of like moving around as he's speaking, right?
Yeah, exactly my problem. Yeah, it looked like it didn't work. Like, it just didn't look natural. Yeah. And yeah, I'm completely in agreement with you, PJ. I think like it's just, it, I don't know. Maybe I think a better solution would have been doing anything else. I think hiring Sebastian Stan, if possible. I'm assuming they tried. Maybe there was an option, but I think maybe like it's just a matter of they need. I don't even care if it's not Sebastian Stan. If it's someone who even looks like Luke remotely, audiences will accept that. What they won't accept is a character that is CGI that takes like you cannot do what you did with Luke and make it a whole show.
Yeah, you
Like no,
can't do what they did in
like
that last scene.
people will not get over that. Like, and they know that. They know that. So like
Yeah,
it looked unfinished. Like you're right. I watched deepfake videos online on YouTube and they looked better than the show. Like that's a problem. So yeah.
yeah, and I was gonna just kind of like pull up a video real quick. If I'm not gonna play it just because I don't want to get like
Copyright.
copyrighted. Yeah,
I just
but
want to add though, Tarkin didn't look great to me and neither did Leia. So like they look better than this though.
yeah, but they look better as a deepfake.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so here it is, guys. So to the right is the deepfake, and to the left is the original. Like, dude, it's like night and day. Like, it is
No.
seriously night and day. Again, like if I saw this Luke as in a show, like, dude, I'll be like so disconnected. Like, I wouldn't be interested. Um,
Right.
unless he has his hood on like the whole time and he's just fighting. But I mean, if he's talking like the way he did in the Mandalorian, I'll be like, I don't know. I wouldn't be invested in it.
Neither.
But if we get like a Sebastian Stan, or even like, I don't know, maybe they really want to invest in like a deepfake in the deepfake technology and use that. I don't know. Maybe see?
Yeah, yeah. Even on the deep fake, his mouth still looks a little like
Yeah.
it's not moving properly.
It's like he's got like Botox or something, right?
Right,
Like it has
right.
like a whole bunch of plastic surgery done.
The technology is really good. It's just not quite perfected. So it's not quite to the point where I feel like it's just yeah, I feel like it's not to the point where it's like audiences can just completely buy into it and be like, wow, I'm immersed in this. I think it's like you have to it's the uncanny valley thing. Like if I just saw that picture of Luke, I'd be like, that looks really good. But if I saw it in relation to other characters who are real and
Mhm.
actually standing on set, it looks out of place. It looks fake.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I know, but I do want it to happen. I do want it to
yeah,
happen. I
me too.
seriously do.
I do too.
Because right now we need Luke, right? And I know a lot
Yeah.
of people are like, I want to move on from the Skywalkers. I don't. I love the Skywalkers.
A lot of people
Uh,
do though. Yeah.
a lot of people do, and I heard from like rumors floating around that Hayden Christensen might be in the Luke Skywalker show. I don't know,
Oh,
maybe as a Force Ghost, maybe. I don't know. That'd be pretty cool, right? To
I'd
see.
be down.
Um, they were talking about Hayden Christensen being in the Ahsoka show, which
Hmm.
is a limited run. So that'd be cool. But yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to it and seeing what happens with the show.
Yeah.
But again, it's a great time to be a Star Wars fan.
It really
We're
is.
just being bombarded with a whole bunch of like stuff. All right, so before we dive into the spoiler review talk, I'm just gonna go down the chat here, and thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry if I didn't really make like any advertising on this live stream, but or this recording. But seriously, thank you for tuning in. We got Dot Collector in the house. I picked up the Cardinal helmet yesterday from Target. Yeah, Dot Collector, how'd you like that helmet? I was thinking about picking that helmet up too. You heard about that, Will?
No, I haven't actually. It sounds pretty interesting though.
Yeah, it's a Black Series helmet. It's like Captain Phasma's helmet, but it's red.
Oh, okay. Well, how
It's
did
a
that one slide under the radar then?
yeah, seriously, like I know they were making one, but I guess I didn't know it was only like Target that was like carrying
Oh,
them.
maybe it's a Target exclusive or something.
Yeah, maybe it's a Target exclusive.
Hmm.
Deck Collector Stormtrooper Mythos drawing that the Kuchar had on Facebook was cool. Yeah, Deck Collector. All I'm gonna say right now is that there is another something in the works. That's all I'm saying. So we should hear something about it pretty soon. Morris says Moron Studios could do a 110 scale with vehicles with Star Wars like they're doing with X-Men. What do you think about that?
I don't know, man. 110 scale with vehicles with Star Wars, that'd still be a pretty big piece. So I mean, even 110 scale.
I want it.
You think those would sell?
If it's a good price point and they're not like $8,000 like EFX, I think they would.
$8,000. Yeah,
yeah. You know the slave one by EFX was like $8,000.
Was it 110 scale?
I think so. I forgot like what the price was, but
still 110 scale ship. How big is that? Like
I don't know.
That
maybe this big. I'm not too sure. I don't know. I really don't know how big that thing would be.
It's got to be pretty big.
Yeah, it has to be big.
Yeah, but 8,000. Whew. I mean, shit. Like Prime One pieces are not. They're not 110. They're 1/2 scale of usually like a human or something. But like my Pennywise was like 2,000, and even that I was like, damn, man. But 8,000. That's a lot.
Yeah, dude. You know, speaking of like half scale statues, I really want. I don't know. I was like looking into the sideshow, like the legendary scale, like Boba.
Are you gonna do it?
I don't know. It's like $2,000. I'm like, oh
man.
I can't.
Here's the thing, like. If you're, that's why, like, I think we talked about this maybe before. Like, if you're gonna spend that much, you might as well just do the costume, because like you could get a mannequin and put a 501st costume that you can wear, and then put it on the mannequin, and it looks just as good, if not better. I do that with Kylo.
Well, thank you for being the voice of reason.
Hey, I would do a Boba costume, man. That's better. You'll pay. You'll pay more than 2,000, but you'll pay more than.
It's hard though. Like I feel like it's like so hard to get like all those pieces together, and
yeah,
you know you have to be like super accurate with those, right? Not like the Mando. Mando's like Beskar weathered. Right. You know, it's like one color. You know, like with Boba, it's like a whole bunch of colors. You know, and like,
but you can find some talented artists to make you that
stuff. Oh yeah, I do. I know.
Boba Maker. Boba Maker, right?
Yeah, Boba Maker. Well, he's kind of slow, to be honest. Like Boba Maker, yeah, he takes a while. But I mean, when he's good, but when you get it, it's like it's really good.
Yeah, right.
Fett for there's another like painter. He does really good work, so I can hit him up. Okay, Danny Lee in the house.
What's up, Danny?
Oh, this is funny. He goes, Danny Lee, learning about spending more cash.
That's what this show is good for.
Yeah, I am so sorry. You know, I feel bad because sometimes like I post on Scum and Villainy. By the way, Scum and Villainy is the official Facebook group of SithCast. And let me tell you, like all my posts are like to buy more Star Wars stuff. It's like buy the Mando helmet. Oh, buy there's a new statue coming out. Oh, there's like these like heroes and villains t-shirt. There's like a heroes and villains, and I'm like, what am I doing to these like people in the group? Like I feel so bad. Like I try to like change it up and talk about like other like Star Wars things, but I end up like, you know,
like me. I'm one of those people in the group.
I know. I'm so sorry.
But no, like you post some serious fire. I mean, like there's stuff in there that I'm like, this is I got to get this. So
yeah. They will fix it down the road. I guess he's talking about the deep fakes and stuff.
Right.
You called the PJ heard it from you first. Heard it first from you that it's going to be Luke that's going to answer Grogu's call. Yeah, but I have a little snippet. I have a little snippet before the season started, and I will play that for you guys a little bit later.
You did, though. I remember it. You said you were like, it's going to be Luke Skywalker. Yeah, and never thought you were crazy.
But dude, like I have like an insider, but he never told me that. The only thing he told me was Boba Fett, Slave One, the 2 Boba Fett armors, Ahsoka, obviously. But I mean, Ahsoka was the worst kept secret, right? Yeah. Everyone knew about Ahsoka before even the show started.
Everyone knew about Rosario Dawson, yeah.
Yeah, Rosario Dawson, right? Who else? Bo-Katan.
Right.
So like I felt like those leaks or those reveals were done for a reason. That's why I made that prediction. I'm like, okay, so you mean to tell me Favreau is letting all this information out in the internet without being pissed off about it? Because those are big reveals, right? Especially Boba.
Yeah.
So I thought about it. I'm like, all right, so all the good stuff is out there. what does he have to? What's left to show? Luke Skywalker. That is like the best kept secret. And I start studying like Mark Hamill's like Instagram. He wrote a nice little letter. Hey guys, hey fans, I'm done with Star Wars. Thank you for being part of like my life. And I'm like, bullshit. That's BS. That's total BS. I was like, you can't BS a BSer.
Yeah. You know.
So yeah. But we'll talk about it a little bit later. Mark Pearson says it almost looked like they put a Sebastian Stan's face mixed with Luke to transition to recast. Yeah, it was really weird. Mark, the technology doesn't have facial muscles worked out.
Yeah, like the facial, like the movements just aren't natural.
It's
That's
like,
I
was like what?
I think it was his chin. Like his chin was like looking like it was like kind of almost going into itself. Like it didn't look like it looks weird.
It's like inverting.
Yeah. Like it was like, and I watched it again. Like I watched it a few times just to look at the CGI and stuff. And I was like, something is just weird, man. Like it just like doesn't look right. Like even when I initially watched it, I was like, I didn't like. I know you said I think you cried, right?
I didn't cry. I almost cried.
I almost cried, but I didn't.
Okay. So. Okay, we're gonna stick to that story.
Okay, yeah, we're tough guys. We're
tough guys. Okay, guys.
So, yeah, just let the record show that's what happened.
Yeah, I didn't know, but I wanted to cry, like tears of joy. It's just that, like, because I was doing the watch party, right? And I'm like, I don't know. There's probably like 2 people watching. I'm like, I'm not gonna cry in front of you. I'm like, I'm like, this is it.
Got to be tough.
Yeah, but I was like, dude, the whole time I'm like, oh my god. But we'll talk about it. I can't wait to talk about it.
We'll get into it. Yeah.
The Skywalkers are Star Wars to me. Absolutely, dude. Papa Fett, I couldn't wrap my head around it. I was like, can they do that? As time goes on, it just made sense. Yes. And you heard it here first on SithCast, guys. So please, if you guys could help support the SithCast YouTube channel. The only reason why I'm streaming on Paradox Nerd is because I really want to promote that channel. So if you guys haven't done so, please subscribe to the SithCast podcast. We're gonna, moving forward after this episode, we're gonna kind of go back to the SithCast channel and start streaming all the podcast episodes there, and hopefully make some really bold predictions that hopefully come true. Was supposed to be a Disney park. What's up, Eddie Mendez in the house? What's up, man? Mario Cortez. So Mario Cortez, I tried getting into the episode tonight, but unfortunately, because of work schedule, he couldn't make it tonight. I'm looking forward to trying getting him in the near future. So hopefully on the weekend, we could, Mario could hook up with us and talk about Star Wars. Mark Pearson says, figure 25 feet would be 30 inches.
25-foot ship would be a 30 inches for 1/10.
Well, 1/10 scale.
That's not that big then.
That's not bad.
I don't know about the width, but
I mean, if it's a Slave 1, that's not too bad.
Nah, because like I said, my Pennywise half scale, and he's like 45 inches. So I mean, that's like even bigger. So
yeah. KG Collector, Mark 85 head sculpt. Okay, so anyway, KG Collector. Even though we're talking about Star Wars, I'm going to address that real quick. I have the Mark 85 coming in pretty soon, so I know that Hot Toys kind of made a statement, which is a really crazy statement. Weird that they were going to replace the portrait that they right.
They did. I saw that and I was like, I have never seen this before.
I have never. Come on.
Yeah. It's Iron Man. That's why.
It's Iron Man. But when it comes down to Force Awakens Chewbacca, you can't replace that portrait.
Or Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
That one is nightmarish.
So for Iron Man, you could do all this stuff, huh?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's exactly how Iron Man gets special treatment.
Rant there.
He's the top seller.
Okay, back to Star Wars.
Anyway, but yeah, that headsculpt is bad in my opinion. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'll wait till I get it.
Yeah.
That's cool of you, PJ, to preach responsibly about spending. I always like to see that. It gets nuts very quick. Again, guys, I try to do my best, even though I encourage you guys to buy some of the things. I'm a really bad enabler, but like when I enable something, hopefully you guys understand that this is something that you could probably, if you don't want to keep it, probably sell it for a pretty penny down the line. You know, like I wouldn't recommend anything like that would probably like make you lose money on. And I try to see if I could find you guys some good deals, just because, hey man, we're all in this for the long run, right? Like I'm not gonna recommend you buy something that you could probably save money on like later on the line. I will try to recommend you to maybe like do some research to see and how much money you could save to pick up the piece that you want. So allergies were kicking up that day. I guess he was talking about like crying. Oh, not crying. I mean the allergies kicking in during
Somebody
that
was
day.
cutting onions at that very moment.
Yeah,
That's
he was
what it
cutting
was.
onions around that time. Yeah, wow, that was really late. Why were we cutting onions around like 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, 3 o'clock, midnight, whatever it was.
Yeah. And rumors DX20 is Heath Ledger Joker. Yeah, I believe that rumors. But anyway,
We'll see.
that I hope it. I really hope it is, because
I would get it. You and I have everything Heath Ledger, I feel like.
Oh,
Yeah, I know we both have the Queen Studios.
oh, dude.
You're the one who, like, again, you're the one who got me to get that. So
Oh, dude, I love the Queen Studios.
it is great. It is great.
So, all right. So now, guys, we get down to the nitty gritty, the spoiler territory. We are going to talk about Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 8, the season finale. Will, take it away, man. What's your thoughts on this episode?
Okay, so are we talking about just the finale, or are we talking about the whole season?
Well, finale, and give your quick thoughts at the end about the whole season.
Okay, so the finale, guys, you're not going to see any dissent here from me. This was an incredible episode. I think this is one of the best episodes of The Mandalorian.
Mhm.
For a lot of people, I could totally understand why this would be the best. I think it's certainly up there. It's a hard one to beat, that's for sure. And PJ, for the longest time, man, like when you said Luke Skywalker is going to show up, I thought you were crazy. I was like, there's no way. Like, but then the more as time went on and the season was progressing, I was like, maybe he's not crazy. Like, this is starting to make more sense to me. and then hey, and it happened. And you were totally right. And then the second, honestly, I knew the second they said, oh, one X-Wing showed up, I was like, PJ was right. God damn it. I was like, I knew it. I was like, he was right this whole time. And then I knew, and then I saw the green lightsaber, and I knew it was a wrap at that point. But like, the episode was incredible. There's so many good things about it. I love the way it was shot. And it wastes no time. Like, kicks off right immediately. They're flying like in Slave One, and they go to get Bo-Katan, and like they're going for it. So like, and it just wastes no time. It was a longer episode because it needed to be.
Oh yeah,
and like there's so many things to touch on with this episode, but the Darksaber battle with Moff Gideon, that was really cool. I'd love to see him finally do something. Like he did something. He held his own with Mando, and we all knew that Beskar spear had a reason this season, and it was literally for that moment. Like it was literally like, when I knew it anyway, but the second Mando you see, he walks off the ship, he has Beskar spear on his back. I'm like, he's never carried that spear around, really. I'm like, he's obviously carrying it because he's going to fight Moff Gideon. So I was like, and he did. And he also killed the Dark Trooper with it. So like, so it was awesome. And like, yeah, the whole episode is just incredible, man. Like, I loved it. I loved seeing Boba Fett. Like, his precision with Slave One, like, he had to make it look believable. He was shooting at Bo-Katan's ship and like purposely not hitting her, but he was so close every time. And I was like, man, this guy is like, he's living life on the edge right now. Like,
I think he really wanted to kill her.
Yeah, probably so. Probably wanted to kill her after her friend. I always forget her name.
Yeah.
But like, she fought him, and he was. I love that interaction, by the way. And he was like, "Careful, princess." Like, it was so good, man. Like, that was just awesome. And like, yeah, the whole episode is just, the Dark Troopers were really, really cool. I really liked seeing them, and I was actually a little bit surprised, like how powerful they were, and then how easily Luke went through them. Like, I get he's Luke Skywalker, but like, Mando was like shooting blasters at him, and they was like, nah, it ain't happening. And then lightsaber comes through and just cutting them all in half, like, no problem. And he just like force choking them basically, or crushing them. And yeah, the episode was fantastic. I mean, it was paced really, really well. There were so many ups and downs along the way. I feel like there was a lot of tension. There were a lot of surprises, which was great, because sometimes the show can get predictable at times, but I do feel like this episode and this season really in general was really, a lot of surprises happened. Like, I don't think any of us really, besides you, expected Luke to be the Jedi to show up. I expected it to be like a no name. I thought it was going to be like someone just like, oh, this is like Jedi you've never met before. I'm a Jedi. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
or maybe like Cal Kestis, that would have been kind of cool or something like
Yeah.
that, you know? But
Yeah.
I love the episode. I think it's one of the best of the season. I still think I prefer episode 6 because the Boba thing, that was just such a good
Oh yeah, just that Boba episode
right.
is too short. I'm like,
It was like, dude, it was John Wick Boba. Like it
yeah,
was like he was like smashing stormtrooper helmets and blowing people up, and I was like, this is like, and Robert Rodriguez directed it, so it makes sense. But like, it's just like it was like I was like, this is like brutal. And you saw in episode 8, Mando takes the Beskar spear and like snaps the stormtrooper's neck. I was like, damn, man. Like
yeah, I thought that was
Star
like,
Wars,
whoa. I was
yeah,
like,
Star
whoa.
Troopers is getting like, or Star Wars is getting kind of dark. And also in the first season, he lit the one on fire. So I mean, like,
Yeah, and it was like you could literally hear the armor cracking and
right.
popping. And I'm like,
yeah, man. Like, I love that though.
I was like, wait a minute.
Right.
Star Wars, right?
It is Star Wars. Like, this some shit's going down right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I think this episode's a 10 out of 10. I think it's like literally, and we talked about it, everything about the episode was great besides Luke's CGI. Luke's CGI, it didn't destroy the moment for me, but it definitely took me out of it a little bit because the second I looked at his face, I was like so excited. And then like the more like his chin started going into his face, and then like other things happening, like his eyes didn't look right, and just his face, like it's just like I was like, what is this? Like this is weird. Like, could we not have casted someone? I don't know, but I would much rather have had someone who looked kind of like Luke Skywalker that we knew was him than what we got. Because like it looked weird, man. Like I don't know, it looked a little weird, and like I think the moment was capped a little tiny bit just by the CGI, and like that shouldn't have happened in a moment that was incredible nonetheless. But like it should have been even more perfect than it was.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, great points that you made throughout your review here of the episode. And yeah, I mean, again, I couldn't agree with you more about the CGI of Luke. Right, it kind of took me out of it a little bit, But I still was just ecstatic that we're actually still getting Luke on screen. But before I dive into my review, I want to remind you guys about something here.
No way.
I just wanted to say this. This is before, obviously we're not too far away from the season to find out what's going to happen. But here's my prediction. I think Luke Skywalker is going to show up.
Nailed it. And look, Matt laughed.
First season was Baby Yoda. Season 2 is Luke Skywalker, and they told him, "Listen, throw everyone off. Say it in your Instagram that you're done with Star Wars."
We're talking Luke Hamill,
Luke Hamill, Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill being in the.
Yeah, they're gonna de-age him.
They're gonna de-age him that much.
They did what's the name in the Winter Soldier?
Don't get me wrong. I'm cracking up. I'm cracking up.
Robert Redford, yeah, they did with him too.
Yeah. Okay. Right,
so he's gonna come in. He's gonna say, "Give me that Baby Yoda right
now."
You guys are doing.
Use all the whole VFX budget on de-aging.
Don't get me wrong. I thought. Okay, so I still thought that was still a really bold prediction. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, can this really happen? But I don't know. I just I couldn't resist that playing that little thing there. Just because Matt was like cracking up like crazy, which
right.
that just makes it that the whole segment like super funny just because I like him cracking up and stuff. But yeah, like again, the reason why I said it that Luke was gonna show up is because, dude, they gave us all the freaking spoilers before the season even started. Like, oh, Ahsoka showing up, Rosario Dawson possibly coming back, possibly coming to the Mandalorian. Boba Fett is definitely coming back. Tamura Morrison signed up. It was like all over the internet, and I'm like, what the hell is there left? Those are your two biggest heavy hitters, and you're leaking it out to the world that they're going to show up in this season. Then I said, it has to be Luke. And it was, to me, Luke was in his prime around this time, right? Was it 6 or 7 years after Return of the Jedi? Luke is still around. Luke is probably the only active Jedi looking for other Force users or, Force sensitive beings out there, right? So, when Grogu called him, I was like, oh, wow, here we go. And on top of that, when you had the Dark Troopers like being made and, we see them on screen, I'm like, who can kill these Dark Troopers? Don't people realize how badass Dark Troopers are? They are hard to kill, especially the droid versions. So who's the only person that could probably kill them around this time? Luke, right? And they're building like a whole army. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, Luke has to kill him. But anyway, going back to the episode itself, I thought the episode was amazing from beginning to end. Like as soon as the scene opened up, you got Slave One attacking the Imperial shuttle, right? Is it Lambda? I forgot. Lambda? I forgot. I can't think of the name. But anyway, it's Dr. Pershing's in there, and then we see Cara Dune shoot the guy in the face, right? Like one of the Imperial pilots, who was kind of egging her on about the whole Death Star blowing up her planet, and how like he was just kind of like basically, like I said, basically egging her on, and you could see in her face that she was really pissed. But anyway, like fast forward that they go to like a planet where Bo-Katan was chilling in the bar, and we get to see Bo-Katan's ship, which is pretty cool. And he's Mando's gathering up the troops, and I started to notice that most of the troops that he's gathering are mostly women, and I thought that was a really cool moment for cool like girl power moment, right? When all of them, including Fennec Shan, were in the Imperial shuttle. I mean, the Imperial light cruiser, kicking butt. I thought that was awesome.
It was really natural.
Natural. It wasn't like the end game scene where all hell's breaking loose, but they managed to like gather up in one area.
I didn't like that myself.
That was a little bit
forced.
It was definitely forced. This one was very natural. And dude, I was rooting for them. I was like, yeah, kick ass. Like, girls kick ass. And
the boys did that really well too, by the way. Sorry to interrupt, but yeah.
Yeah, no, the boys did that really well too.
Yep.
Right? They kind of poked fun of the end game.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Because
they're like,
really do get it done. Yeah, it was really cool. It was a line throwback to the second season, just in general. But yeah, anyway, sorry.
Yeah. And that's how you do it. And that's how you do it without, taking people out of it, just do it naturally. Like, I feel like some of these like producers underestimate the fans, right? Like we're in 2021, not to get too political, but I think we've evolved a little bit more than we did in the past. But anyway, moving on from that, I thought that was a great scene. Obviously, throughout the whole season, we knew that Mando was going to use that spear. I mean, the whole freaking what's that called? Razor Crest was blown up except for the spear. You're like, oh look, the Beskar spear is still around. He was gonna use that against Moff. With the whole Moff fight. Actually, let's go back to like the Dark Trooper fighting Mando. Like, dude, like you just saw how badass those Dark Troopers are, man. They were really hard to kill, you know. And Moff Gideon said it best. Like, it took a really long, like Mando had a really tough time killing one. How were they gonna all kill a whole platoon of them? Dude, they would have died. Like, seriously, would have died.
Yeah, they would have got
that bridge
really quickly. Yeah.
And okay, so just real quick, going back to like the Dark Trooper versus Mando.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but like I know Beskar is strong, but I would still get a headache from like
that. Your head would still hit the helmet probably every time.
It's not like you're like I would get like a huge headache and I'd be like, yo, dude, guys, I gotta take a break.
Mando has a concussion.
Exactly. Mando has a concussion.
Yeah, but yeah, that was brutal, man. That was really cool, though. Like, I really liked how they did that. Like, the show can get brutal like that, but they were just like punching his helmet into the wall. Like, and I was just like, it was just brutal, man. Like, I thought it was great.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like for me, that was pretty cool. What else? Well, Moff versus Mando.
Mhm.
That was pretty cool. But I don't know, Moff wasn't as badass as I thought he was, right? He was kind of wimpy during that scene because he got beat pretty quick. Or because it's this, what it is, and the reason why I say that is because throughout the whole season, Mando was being carried by other characters, right? We rarely see him kick ass. The only time we really see him kick ass was during the pirate. Well, I'll take that back. The crate dragon scene in the beginning of the
He kicked
season.
ass. He saved the day in that one.
He saved the day in that one, but the rest of them, it was like usually like other characters carrying him in the episode. So like when it got to this one, I was like, can Mando really kick Moff Gideon's butt? I don't know, right? Because Moff is pretty badass, but then Moff ended up being not so badass after all.
Yeah.
So he kind of, Moff loses, but I'm not sure if Moff lost on purpose, right? Like it felt like everything was kind of planned, right?
Yeah,
like he knew, like, because like he kind of knew, like if he loses to Mando, like Mando has to fight, or Bo-Katan has to fight Mando to get the Darksaber. Right. And I wonder if he was just kind of like, he let it happen, like he lost on purpose because he knew he was the only person like basically alive on that ship besides him and the Dark Troopers.
Right.
So yeah, so I don't know if he did that on purpose. I'll be curious. I'll be curious to find out if that really was true, that he gave up pretty easily. What else happened? Yeah, that's about it. The Dark Troopers came back. They start busting down the doors of the bridge, and at that moment we thought it was basically over for the crew. Mando and the rest of the crew, until the X-wing showed up. And I love how Cara Dune tries to throw you off by saying, "Oh, one X-wing, we're all yeah," and I'm like, "Come on, Cara."
It's like you don't know yet. You don't know what one X-wing means.
Yeah, I knew right there and then. I was like, "That's Luke. That is Luke. That is Luke."
I think I did too at that moment.
Yeah, I mean, when was there ever one X-wing floating around by itself? It's usually like like in a squadron or maybe accompanied by another X-wing.
Right.
So him coming in, walking through the hallways, dude, you guys saw my reaction. I was just really, really ecstatic about that scene. And when he, lit up his lightsaber and you saw that green blade pop out, oh, dude, that was over. Oh, it was like
it was done.
It was done. My heart melted. And I was just like, this is it. Jon Favreau knows what us fans were missing in the sequels, and that was to see Luke kick butt. And I think, we talked about it before, is that this is like a healing process for the fans, right? Just because we, nothing against the sequels, right? We just didn't get to see Luke kick butt. And you can't say like Luke kicked butt in Return of the Jedi. Like, maybe he force kicked like one guy in the face, right? But besides that, it wasn't like he's like kicking butt. In the last scene in the Return of the Jedi, he was basically not wanting to fight his father, right?
Right.
So he wasn't kicking butt. But now to see him actually kick butt in his prime was so surreal and so, I don't know, man. It was just amazing. And I was just like smiling from ear to ear. And dude, like there were so many like, I don't know, resemblance with the Rogue One Vader scene and the scene in the Mandalorian when Luke came up the elevator.
Yeah.
And then all the Dark Troopers came, like turned around, and I was just like, wow, that's pretty cool. And to see him use the Force Crush Force power, that's actually a dark side Force power. So you could tell that Luke is like kind of like really becoming like a Mace Windu, because Mace uses like some dark side powers too.
Right.
So he's overall like Luke is just a badass. Is all I'm trying to say.
He's just a badass, man. Like he's the ultimate Jedi. I mean,
yeah. And I seriously can't wait to see him do more things in his own show.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was surreal. It was really nice to see R2 again. That was pretty cool. Dude, but like it ended really like as if like that was like the last episode of the Mandalorian show, right? And
I'll like that, yeah.
and it makes you think is like it really felt like a movie is basically what I'm trying to say. And I don't know. Yeah, I'm just really happy with this season and really happy with this episode. I give it like a 10 out of 10. Love show. Oops, live show. Luke using Force Crest was sexy also. Hands down, the best episode ever, and I'm a big fan of Boba Fett. The suspense before Luke's reveal, I was already tearing up. But when Mando showed his face to Baby Yoda, I lost it, guys. Right. I totally agree. Did you lose it when you saw that part? Just because
I did. That was really tough. Like I didn't cry on that, but I felt that, man. That was a really strong emotional pull because it's been 2 seasons of build up to that. And he hasn't seen his face yet, right? So
yeah,
like I think the only people who saw his face was IG-11, if you count that as a person, and then also the troopers in episode 7. So that dude, it got me. I didn't cry, but I was like, man, my heart, man, I felt that. It was an emotional pull at the heartstrings.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it was just like, oh man, it was just like
he touched his face and stuff, and I was like, God, Jon Favreau, why are you doing this to us?
Yeah, I was just like the whole time. I'm like in my heart, I was like, don't cry.
Yeah,
like I don't want to cry on the live stream. I don't want to cry.
And then he was saying, like, man, like he was saying, like he's asking for your permission to go. Like, and I was like, man, like it goes to show it's all about the journey, right? It's all about the journey because like he finally got him to where he needed to be, and even Grogu was like, I'm attached to this guy. Like, I don't really want to leave. And he did though.
Yeah, and my heart dropped to the floor when I saw that, just because that's it, man. Are we gonna see Grogu again? I have a feeling we are, like later in the show. But it was just like such an emotional moment to see Grogu leave, and I'm curious to see what's going to end up happening to like a lot of these like casual fans that just got into the show because of Grogu.
Right.
Like, are they going to stick around or are they going to leave?
We're in uncharted territory. So yeah, we are, because I mean, like, for one, Mando, the show is going to be completely different probably. And then 2, like, yeah, we have so many casual fans because of Grogu who are now going to be like, I don't know if they're going to like the direction the show is headed. So like, Jon Favreau is going to have to be careful about that, because like it's going to be very different. And I think we're still going to love it, and like hardcore fans will, but will the casual fans stick around without a cute green baby around? So like, I don't know. We'll find out.
I know this is like you said, uncharted territory. But as for us fans, Grogu did what he needed to do. Right. Was basically make new Star Wars fans, and those new Star Wars fans tuned into the show. We got a whole bunch of new subscribers to Disney Plus. I think 82 million subscribers were part of Disney Plus by December. And it was all because of, in my opinion, I think it's all because of Mando. Because what other shows are there besides Mulan?
Not much. Mando is the draw.
Yeah, and because of that, we get like an explosion of new shows, new Star Wars show. So thank you to Grogu. You did your part. Now we could get to really enjoy Star Wars and the future of Star Wars. But just to wrap things up, I'm really want to get your opinion, or actually just get your thoughts on like who did it better, who did it better, Rogue One Vader or Luke Skywalker Mandalorian? Who did it better?
That's a really tough one for me.
Dada or son?
For me, it's Dada. So like that, I'm gonna have to say, like, as I'm a sequel apologist, so I love the sequels. I don't love The Last Jedi, but I love The Rise of Skywalker and I love The Force Awakens. You guys are probably gonna hate me now, but that's how I feel about them. So, but for me, like, Kylo is my favorite character. So like there are a lot of Kylo moments I really love, but I think personally my favorite Star Wars moment, period, is Vader's Rogue One scene. Like that is like, when I saw that in theater, I was like, holy shit. I was like, this is like this is again like Luke in Return of the Jedi. We don't know always get to see him do the badass stuff that he was capable of. Like this Rogue One Vader did everything that Vader, if like Star Wars were made today, just from the start, this is what the stuff he would have done. Like this is like a display of his power was just incredible, and that both scenes are just incredible. The music, by the way, in this episode of Mandalorian was really, really good, and it just hit that emotional high and like the moment so well. But like the Vader scene, man, like, and the people saying like help us, and like he's just like throwing people on the ceiling and stuff and just like slicing them down. Like that scene, that was just brutal, and I loved every second of it. Like to me, it's Vader.
Yeah. So I have to definitely agree with you. It's definitely Vader, and the reason why I say that is because Luke's scenes were really cool. I mean, he used a lot of cool force powers, man. He was force pushing them. He was like deflecting bolts like his dad, and like Anakin. Remember in Mustafar where he deflected one of the droid's bolts? He did the same thing too. He did the same exact thing.
Right.
So he was doing a lot of cool things, but he was fighting droids. I mean, they're really powerful droids, but they didn't give any emotion. They were just like, like getting sliced in half,
Right.
But with Vader, first of all, his scene was just like epic from beginning to end. Like, I mean, they're all stuck. They're trying to open the door, the rebels, and then all of a sudden you hear like it's quiet, and then you just hear the siren going off, and you hear his footsteps, and then all of a sudden like
you hear the breathing,
hear the breathing, and then all of a sudden the freaking lightsaber lights up.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god,
dude! I was the only guy in the movie theater freaking clapping as Vader was like chopping down all the rebels.
I thought you were a crazy person.
Yeah, I was the only guy, and like all the like the parents of like their kids like watching the movie were looking at me, and they were like, "What's wrong with this jerk? Like, what's wrong with this guy? He's rooting for the bad guy," and I'm like, Vader's like force pushing them up to the ceiling, like he's slicing them in half, like.
Yeah.
But again, like the rebels gave emotion, like they were like screaming, they had fear in their hearts. So you just at that moment you knew how intimidating Vader was, right? Like they just knew. And I'm about to watch that scene again.
I know I need to watch it before bed tonight.
Yeah, but yeah, I think Vader did better. Not to take anything away from Luke. I think Luke is just as good. But if I had to pick one, Vader was the best. And Danley, the rebel soldiers cried. Yeah, they cried.
I would too. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Papa Fett says Luke.
Wow.
Really? Papa Fett? Come on, Papa. Like
I could see it. You can make an argument.
Yeah, you can make an argument, but not from Papa Fett. Papa Fett, like, is a Fett. He's dark side.
Right.
Like you have to stick with his dark side now. But hey, no, not to take anything away from Luke. Luke was like a defining moment for him because of what Luke went through with the sequels. And, it's again many missed opportunities in the sequels. Not to take anything away from them, they're done really well, but obviously a lot of fans still had that void in their heart, and that void was filled with this episode, with that scene. And I can't talk enough about that episode, man. And I probably watched that episode like 5 times. I don't know how many times you watched it, but
I think 3. Yeah, I think 3. So you got me beat, but I still watched it a lot.
Yeah, dude. Like I watched it 3 times by myself, right? And then twice with my wife and my kids. Actually, surprisingly, my wife wanted to watch it 2 more times.
Really?
Yeah, she was like, after like the first one, she's like, I want to watch it 2 more times. I'm like, she's like, who's that? I'm like, it's Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker has a green saber? Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was blue. No, that's in like Empire. No, don't talk to me right now.
Right.
Watch the damn episode. But yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, man. Just real quick before we wrap things up. Overall as the season, what's your thoughts?
I love the season overall.
Better than the first?
Man, that's such a tough question. I feel like I'm gonna take the first season, but it's splitting hairs, man. Like
Oh,
it's like
I
I
know
feel like
it's hard. It's hard.
I feel like if you like back in their primes, if you ask me like Tom Brady or Peyton Manning, right? It's like either way, I mean, they're both incredible. You know what I mean? It's either way, they're great, right? So I
Mhm.
think either way you can't go wrong. Season one for me, like there's just I think maybe that first season is just it was so new and so fresh and so much was great about it. Second season, I like might have been even more engaged just because the first season was so good. But for one, we both loved the pre-Beskar look, even though he didn't have it for that long.
Mhm.
Like, I love that. And some of the fights in the first season, like, just felt so gritty. And like, I love that. And the second season do too. But like we talked about the episode where he burns the stormtrooper, that whole scene with the whistling birds for the first time in that episode, like, it was just really cool. Like, I loved IG-11.
Yeah,
So
me
like
too.
it just and like the battle in the first episode with him and IG-11 where they're like where he gets on
Mhm.
like the turret basically and then he's just like blasting people. That was just so cool, man. Like the second season has probably even more bigger and exciting action, but like the first season, man, it's just a little like sliver better, tiny bit better. But
Yeah,
it's like they're both tens to me. They're both
yeah.
10. So
I agree with you. I mean, like it's hard, right? Because
right,
in the first season we see it's just something special in the first season, right? With
right,
with Grogu,
yeah,
with Mando kicking butt, and just like the overall journey in the first season, IG-11. But then with the second season, man, they really ramp things up, like
yeah,
with the crate dragon, with
yeah.
Boba Fett, with Bo-Katan, with oh my gosh, with Luke. I could just keep going on and on, man. It was just such a well done season. And if I had to pick one just to watch all over again, I'd probably pick season two. And that's just by like
That makes sense.
not by much, man. And just because there's so many great scenes, including the Luke scene, which I could watch over and over again.
Mhm.
So yeah, and thank you, Mandalorian, because seriously, you restored a lot of love back to the Star Wars fandom. There's not a lot of fighting again, in the Star Wars fandom, which is great. There might be a little, couple of disagreements, right, here and there, but nothing where they're all like, dude,
Man, the
it was
sequel,
like it was like
yeah, like I love the sequels, but they're super divisive. Yeah.
yeah, super divisive and very toxic. Like I remember, like I
Yeah.
would be up at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning arguing in Facebook groups, with other like,
Not me, I never got into it, but
I know, but still, it was just intense because anyway, we'll save that for another podcast. But
I understand it. Like I said, I like the sequels a lot, but I totally understand the complaints about the lack of cohesiveness, and I totally understand the Luke Skywalker treatment complaints. Like I get it absolutely, and I think I agree to an extent. Like I do feel like the cohesiveness of it could have been improved greatly. I
Mhm.
think Last Jedi threw a wrench in the whole thing. So
yeah,
like
I agree with you. The
I think
last
that's exactly what happened. If JJ
Force
had done all three,
would have been a different story,
might have been different.
and the
So
Force Awakening was a great movie.
that's my favorite.
It was a great introduction to Star Wars again after 10 years.
Mhm.
And I was really excited, just how I'm excited now. I was excited for the future of stars with that movie. But Mandalorian is putting band-aids where it needs to be. It's not only with the sequels, they're putting band-aids with the original trilogy. And some people may disagree with me with that one, but listen, look at Boba. Look at the treatment
Yeah.
of Boba in the original trilogy. We didn't get a lot of him. Even with Luke, we didn't really get a lot of Luke using the Force. Now we're getting it with the Mandalorian show, right? We're
Mhm.
getting to see Boba fight in the show. Things we've never seen in the original trilogy. They're piecing together the prequels. Favreau, Filoni, at your service. Like we love you. Thank you for everything you've done.
Yep.
And that wraps it up, guys. We could go on and on forever, but we don't want to take up too much time. Oh yeah, by the way, Ahsoka Tano. How could we forget about that? Ahsoka Tano was in season 2.
Yep.
So yeah, guys, I really appreciate all the love and support you guys have given, not only in my channel, but SithCast. I really want to thank Will Foxification for joining me. Guys, please subscribe to his channel. It's a great channel. He does awesome movie reviews and unboxings and reviews of collectibles. Will Foxification, anything coming up for your channel anytime soon in terms of reviews or videos?
Yeah, so funny you should ask, PJ, because I'm literally going to be uploading. I'm actually going to be recording it and uploading it tomorrow. Mandalorian season 2 review, spoiler review. So I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. It is going to be done and uploaded and all ready to go. As far as collectibles goes, there will be others coming up. I informed you, PJ, and I know you're excited to see it. It's coming. It should be shipping actually like today or tomorrow.
I can't believe it's shipping.
Yeah, the Prime One Studios Joaquin Phoenix Joker 1/3.
Oh my god,
so
dude.
it's coming. It's shipping. It should be soon. Prime One already charged me. I already paid in full for everything. So like, so he's shipping soon. I'm going to be reviewing that one.
I can't wait for that review. That's something I hope you could get it out before the New Year's because I'm looking forward to that review.
I don't know, man. Like if it's shipping like maybe over the next couple of days and then Christmas coming up, it probably won't be here until like I would think probably like after the New Year. Like I think it'll even with standard shipping, like standard shipping is pretty quick. It's UPS, I think, and it'll be here probably like usually like Pennywise took like a week or two. Like and it's like, but if you do economy, that's like 3 months. So like I actually had economy, but I upgraded because it was like $80. I'm like, I could pay $80 and get it in like 2 weeks, or save $80 and get it in like 3 months. I was like, I'm already paying $1,200 for this thing. I was like, might as well just grab it. So that's coming up. I'm really excited to do that one. There'll probably be some other collectibles here and there. You know, I tend to do bigger stuff like props and you know, statues more so than I do like hot toys.
Yeah.
I buy plenty of hot toys, but
yeah, but seriously, guys, please check out his channel. Awesome reviews, awesome videos. And yeah, if you guys please if you guys get a chance, please subscribe to the SithCast podcast YouTube channel. Subscribe to the Paradox Nerd. And as for the Paradox Nerd, it is Star Wars related. I am trying to hit that 5K subscriber mark. So if you help me get to that, I am giving away a Hot Toys Deluxe Luke Skywalker figure, and I will be posting that announcement pretty soon. Also, if you guys can, please join the Scum and Villainy Facebook group. It's a really nice Facebook group. Will's in it, and he could tell you that it's probably a lot of enabling.
it's great though.
Yeah, but hopefully, you know, I try to like, give you good stuff on that Facebook group. So yeah, please join that. And that's about it, guys. I'm going to leave you guys with this. Have a good holiday season. Happy holidays. Happy New Year, just in case we don't go live before the New Year. We really appreciate it. And the next live stream, Thor, Matt, and Taylor should be back in the next episode. So we definitely missed them tonight. All right, guys. May the midichlorians be with you guys always and forever. Take care, guys. See you guys next time.